Manchester Ice and Event Center in McCall, Idaho, the Red Light District Junior Hockey Talk Show After Hours is live once again. Here they are with things that matter and some that don't. The Irish Pirate and Special Greg, otherwise known as the BS Boyz. Hey, hello and welcome to another edition on Easter Sunday, no less, of the Red Light District Junior Hockey Talk Show. This is the 2013 Thorne Cup Championships being held right here in beautiful downtown McCall, Idaho. Just got to say, he has risen. He has risen. It's Easter Sunday, and I'm not talking about the person you think I am. I'm talking about John Barth. We weren't sure he was going to actually wake up after the events of last night. Big JB, how are you, bud?
Hey, coming around. It was, you're right, it was a big night. I'm a little bit hazy on the whole thing. But
you look a little furry.
Yeah. But I tell you what, I think we did well.
Well, how would you remember that?
Well, I've gotten reports throughout the day. The photos are coming in right now via text and email. So we've got photos.
Yes, they are.
We had some men lost in the field. A woman as well. We had to go round them up today. And so everybody.
It's not a big town. I mean, how lost can you get?
Well, you were there.
Yeah, we were.
Don't be surprised, but that mountain air has got to help clear you up a little bit.
Yeah, you bet. A mountain air and about 4 liters of water.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Gee, many Christmas. Last night was awesome. And it was kind of it was sort of fitting. The end of the semifinals. A lot of the boys, that was it. That was the end of their junior career. 92s, they're done. And, a lot of the boys were extremely sad that their career ended, by a loss in the semifinals. But the way that you made them feel better, just by your compassion and generosity.
Right, exactly. I said, who's a 92? Get over here. We're going down to Forrester's and having a shot.
Yeah, and even the non-92s, I think, may have been trailing along a little bit until they got to the door.
No, it was ID check. Nope, just got the guys. But I'll tell you, the Southern Oregon Spartans, those guys were fantastic. They were here for 9 days. And like I say, they played a heck of a game last night.
They did.
Right to the end. They scored that goal at the end there, 3-1, with 6 minutes left. And that game actually had a chance of getting real interesting.
Yeah, there was a couple opportunities that they had. Puck laying right out in front. Mendenhall was over to his right, but Idaho did a good job clearing that puck out of there. It was a good game, good fought battle.
No, you're right, and you get one more goal. It's a 3-2 game with 4 minutes left. Anything can happen.
Yep.
And so this is the Southern Oregon team that had been beaten by the Steelheads handily last weekend, as well as that first game on Friday night. And so I was proud of those guys, man. They came out swinging last night and played a heck of a game. So yes, after the game, guys are settled down, a little disappointed. We went down to Forrester's with 5 of the guys, the 92s, and showed them a little McCall hospitality, and they had a shot for the road.
Well, I got off the phone with a couple of them this morning. They made it home safe and sound.
Good.
Yep, they're all kind of getting settled back into the Medford area, and it's different. Now they're planning on going home. But the memories that they will bring from this tournament will last a lifetime. And we've said it every broadcast, that a very well-run, class act organization. You guys have put on a heck of a show. And yes, Southern Oregon they had a lot of ups and downs this year. They really, through the coaching changes that they had to go through and the different systems, to make it to the semifinals of the first year in the Western States League. Hats off to those guys. Excellent job. As well as Dallas, El Paso, Fresno. All these guys put in a heck of an effort this game.
You're absolutely right, Steve. If you remember, we talked about that at the welcoming party at the Shore Lodge on Wednesday night. We said, there's 6 teams here, and anybody can win this thing.
Yep.
And that was certainly the case. There's been some surprises, but I don't know if we can say there's been an upset. Because I think everybody's had a chance to be in every game.
Well, and we've talked about that, and we've used the word probably upset, sparingly.
Right.
Southern was, in all aspects, in other tournaments, would have been deemed the underdog.
Sure.
I mean, they really would have. But the way the maturity stepped up, the way they really held themselves on the ice, low penalty minutes. They didn't do the high penalty minutes even when they were down, kind of, especially in the blowout with Idaho.
Right.
They didn't lose their composure. They kept their composure, and hats off to the coaching staff of Southern Oregon for really turning that program around in a very short period of time.
Absolutely. And if you look throughout the tournament, I was talking to Ron this morning, Ron White, the commissioner, and he said, this tournament has felt so good. He goes, have we had a fight?
One
Second
fight.
game.
One, and it didn't last long. Basically, it's one of those things where, I think the guys are playing hard. It speaks to the spirit of the tournament, I think is what I'm trying to say. The guys are playing hard out there, and but it's good, hard, clean hockey.
It is, and it's a blast to watch. The stands are packed.
Yeah.
Great town support. Great between period events. You watching the sheriff walk away there?
Yeah.
I
just want to make sure he wasn't here for me.
No, he wasn't. And what's funny is, Dick Dorfman provides two services for you guys. Not only play-by-play, but floor sweeper. He doesn't pick his feet up.
Yeah. Well, I wonder how many of us mopped the floor last night.
I saw a couple of those, yeah.
We'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
The pitchers will continue to come in. As I told you, we had the iPad rolling.
Good.
For sound bites.
Good.
Yeah, and I must say, you were a featured act.
Good.
Last night.
Good. I'm glad I could perform.
It was kind of ugly.
Yeah. Well, we'll clean it up a little.
Yeah, we're not posting video. We're just going pure audio. Now, what's next? You guys, Thorne Cups, once today's over.
Right.
What is the Ice Center here at Manchester Ice and Event Center? What is their main? Is it public skating? Are there men leagues here? There's a lot of figure skating, I know that.
No, you bet. We have had an event in the arena every weekend since September 1st. So since September 1st, there has been a youth tournament, adult tournament, steelhead game, ice show, concert. There's been something every single weekend since September 1st. Now we get a little break. Actually, next weekend we have our biggest men's tournament of the year.
Okay.
So we have the Brawl in McCall men's tournament. And that comes up next weekend, and then we get a little bit of a break. So we've got a couple of weeks where there's nothing going on. We can kind of put Humpty Dumpty back together and get things cleaned up here and get going. But we've got boxing, June 8th. Pat Benatar.
Boxing?
Yep.
Right out here.
Yeah, it's a great event. It's a USA boxing event, amateur boxing. It's a heck of an event. It's a blast. That's
Wow.
June 8th. July 6th and 7th, that Friday and Saturday. After the 4th, we've got Pat Benatar, Big Head Todd, Reckless Kelly, Young Dubliners.
You got Reckless
Kelly?
Really?
Yeah.
We might be coming.
Yeah, then that's going to be a fun weekend. So there's a lot going on.
We use a lot of their music. We love them.
Great. Well, they're Idaho guys. Idaho boys. Yeah, the
You know
Bronx.
where they started, though?
Salmon, didn't they?
No. Bend, Oregon.
Bend, Oregon. There you go.
Yeah.
Got it.
Prior to they're not a really well-known band early on. They have just an allegiance of fans, though. It's not like they're a chart-busting band.
Right.
These guys, though, very entertaining. In fact, let me do something here. Go ahead and you guys kind of chit-chat a bit.
Well, my understanding with Reckless Kelly, I think that's Muzzy Braun's sons. I think those are the Braun brothers. Okay. So Muzzy Braun, who's kind of a popular Idaho guy, who is from Salmon, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think Reckless Kelly is the Braun son, the Braun brothers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice. So what else?
Where do we go from there? Camps. So we get the concert done. We're actually going to take the ice out. So the ice comes out June 4th to get ready for the boxing. And we'll keep the ice out for 5 weeks. We've got boxing, then we've got a judo tournament, 22nd of June. Concerts are going to be the 6th and 7th. Ice will go back in right after the concerts. And then for the arena here, we move into camps. So we have 3 hockey camps, a figure skating camp, and then that kind of runs right into the Steelheads being back. Labor Day weekend, their final cut camp is traditionally Labor Day weekend, and then off we go again.
Just take the glass down for the concerts or boards and
We're going to
everything?
take the glass down in front of the stands.
Okay.
So I think that'll create a little bit more of an intimate, type of feel for what's happening. But we can get 2,000 people in here on the floor.
Wow.
So we did a concert last year, 4th of July. It was a hip-hop show. And I think this one's going to be a heck of a lot bigger.
Yeah, and your support staff is just amazing, too. I mean, just a couple of the guys that come to mind, Gabe, the tall gentleman with the glasses.
Christian.
Yep.
Christian.
He's constantly checking on us to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
Well,
you know what's neat about that, too? These guys are volunteers. You know,
Really?
we've got probably, I looked at the list the other day, but there's almost 40 volunteers working this tournament. So the town has really come together to make this thing happen. You know,
Everywhere we go, everywhere, they're talking about the tournament. They're waving. They're extremely outgoing, and we see a lot of people that when we go to breakfast,
right,
are here at the game.
Yeah,
amazing draw.
Yeah, I think I'm excited about what can happen here at 5 o'clock. I mean, we're hoping for a good crowd. It's Easter Sunday. Sundays by nature are a tough draw.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to get people in on Sundays, but 5 o'clock, I think the town knows what's going on, and let's hope we pack this thing out tonight. Have a good time.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break. Going to give everybody we're going to give John Barth a glass of water, actually, because he's sort of cotton-mouthing here. That's what happens when you have a big old night out. Right here, we're talking about Reckless Kelly, Crazy Eddie's last hurrah. And this is the Red Light District Junior Hockey Talk Show from the Manchester Ice and Event Center. We are at the Thorne Cup 2013. Back in just a bit.